Oh, that is so cool. Okay. What is up, you guys? We've had guys that have raised billions of dollars on the show, a lot of multimillionaires, some of the best seducers in the world, just straight up celebrities. Today, we have another good friend and another guest. Today is David Arguez. David, I'll let you introduce yourself. He's a good friend of mine from 365 Wellness Solutions. He's pretty much an expert when it comes to nutrition. He's doing very great. Money is an echo of value. And I'll let you continue to introduce yourself to David.
Well, when people usually introduce themselves, they talk about the good things that they've done.
In
Rarely do
addition to
they
the
ever
ones I
talk
spoke
about,
of, your good ones.
yeah, rarely do they ever talk about, you know, the shit that they've had to go through in order to get to where they are. But um, I say this humbly, uh, due to the fact that my team has given me everything that I have. My name is David Arguez. I own a six-figure business called 365 Wellness Solutions. I'm a nutritionist. I do guided nutrition and consultations for my clients, whether it's weekly, monthly. I also have a meal delivery service, and I'm working with a supplement line right now called For Life, which is an immune system company, and I'm really proud to be a part of them. So yeah, right now we have 6 employees. We're growing every single day. We're delivering meals all across Miami-Dade County. We've worked with cancer patients, people with diabetes, people with hypertension, high cholesterol. Um, Mainly, we work with people who are overweight that have tried everything right to get in shape, but nothing has worked because the fact that they have not prioritized habit modification. So I'm trying to make a difference in the world, brother. Starting with Miami and then little by little branching out into different parts of Florida. And eventually, I want my company to be a multinational corporation and service people all over the world to help them become the healthiest versions of themselves. After all, our slogan is "Welcome to a New You." So we really think that that portrays kind of the idea and the mission of 365.
So he's a great friend of mine. We have a lot of things in common when it comes to changing the world. And it's amazing when we can find people that you get me flock together. Because a lot of the times you've seen some of the people that I have on the podcast. I have David now. And it's funny how the people that change their dreams, and I want you to pretty much just amplify on all this and just be like, listen, I want to share this and just jump in because we're interviewing you today. You got me. Uh, I mean, what are some of the things you get me that I guess set you apart from other businesses? If you were to share that.
That's a really good question, brother. And by the way, thank you so much for having me because, as you know,
Great
we go
having you.
way back, and I hold you in very high regard, especially because of your
Likewise.
ambition and the way that you research things, and you have a different thought process than most people. So what sets us apart from other
Me.
nutrition companies is that we're a one-stop shop for everything nutrition. When people want supplements, they go to GNC. When people want a meal delivery service, they go to Freshly. When people want guided nutrition, or they have a specific health condition they want addressed by a health professional, they normally go to either a dietitian in the hospital or maybe a dietitian or a nutritionist with a private practice. But the problem with this is that not only is it complicated and time consuming, most nutritionists and dietitians just use templates. They use templates for diabetes, they use templates for weight loss, they use templates for hypertension. And all of that is great because standard menus tend to work about 60% of the time for most people. But what about the other 40%, right? So
Mhm.
we really go in detail, in depth when I meet with every single one of my clients and I ask them, what issues are you experiencing? What obstacles have you had to overcome in the past? Is your environment conducive to growth and bettering yourself and bettering your health? So we take a look at everybody's situation from a lifestyle standpoint, and we're changing lives, brother. So it's really impactful what my team and I are doing for all these people who are losing weight, who are reversing their type 2 diabetes, who are shrinking their cancer tumors. I have plenty of testimonials not only on my website, but I actually have a testimonial booklet at the office. I can show anybody who's interested in seeing it. And it's crazy because at first we started just selling products, doing meal delivery, which by the way, we've perfected it because one of the things that separates our meal delivery service from other similar companies is that we do daily delivery. The majority of these companies just drop off all your meals um, for the whole week on Monday or on Sunday night. We do daily delivery, so you get the food fresh every single day. And we use high quality ingredients as well, like salmon, skirt steak, high quality cuts of meat. You know, so not only are the meals very nutrient dense and they're nutritionist inspired, but they're also very convenient and very affordable as well. If you take a look at how much some of these similar meal plan companies are charging, they're charging 13.50, 14 bucks for daily delivery. That's our competition right there. We don't compete with Freshly. We don't compete with Fresh Meal Plan. Why? Because they actually send you a kit for you to cook at home, right? So that actually takes away time from your day. We already sell the meals prepared and ready to go. All you got to do is just pop them in the microwave or pop them in the oven or in the air fryer, wherever you want, and chow down. And in terms of our supplements, the For Life supplements that I'm currently working with are crazy because I took a product myself the other day. I actually ordered it as soon as I tried sample. It's called Recall for Brain Health. And let me tell you, man, I've taken Adderall before, back when I was studying in high school and stuff like that. And I feel like Recall helped me concentrate even more than the Adderall. And it's made with natural ingredients like ginkgo biloba and things like that, herbs, magnesium. So it's incredible what we're doing, you know, just using the gifts that God has given us that come from nature, that grow from the ground. Uh, it's crazy how the right foods can change our brain chemistry, they can change our mood, especially if I don't know if you're familiar with the gut brain connection. I'm sure you've heard the term before.
You want to elaborate, if you please?
Absolutely. So there's actually multiple colonies of bacteria in our digestive system, in our gut right now. Some of their functions are absorbing the nutrients that we consume, utilizing those nutrients, making sure that they're utilized properly. So you could have the most perfect diet in the world if your gut bacteria or your intestinal flora are out of whack, then your mood is going to be affected because if your digestive system is having to work too hard, that actually robs your brain of oxygen since all the blood in your body is going to the digestive system to help digest these hard to digest foods, right? Like red meat and dairy and things like that, which I myself still consume, and so do my clients, because I believe in flexible dieting. And as long as we do the things that we have to do to maintain a healthy gut, we can still live normal lives, right? We don't have to be eating chicken breast and broccoli every single day. So it's incredible the way that the gut works, because that has a direct impact on our energy levels, our productivity, our longevity. So if you have a healthy gut, more than likely you're going to have a healthy life.
What advice would you give to somebody, I guess, because you've become so successful, right? And I think most
Thank you.
people will never reach the level of success that you have unless they study people the way we study people. I mean, and that's why they're watching this, right? I mean, what advice? We're going to leave all your links at the bottom, by the way. It's David.Arguez on Instagram. If you look up David Arguez, he's had magazines and just articles published on them. I think he was recently on Fox. He's on Fire Chats, you get me. Just an entrepreneur, you get me, where everybody doubted him. But, he created so much wealth. He's building his businesses, he's employing people, he's leading them. And now he's leading you guys because he's kind of teaching, you get me, from his expertise. What advice would you give to, I guess, somebody that's like starting out, you get me, in their business, David, my friend?
Mm. Well, first of all, find something that you would enjoy doing. Every single line of business has its own unique obstacles and unique problems that you have to overcome. So if you're going to be doing something for the rest of your life or for the next 10 years, for the next 5 years, make sure that whatever you do, you commit to it at least for a minimum of 5 years. I've been in the business of nutrition for 4 years. I got my nutrition certification as a nutritionist 4 years ago as well. And now is when I'm starting to see a little bit of growth, when I'm starting to hire more employees, build my team, expand, take on new products, build a badass website. So there's a lot of things, a lot of different components that go into building a business. And of course, people are going to doubt you, you know, even your loved ones, your parents, your family, they're going to doubt you because they want you to take the secure route. But in reality, nothing in life is secure. And you know, I'm 24 years old right now. How old are you, Noel?
You're 2 years older than I, so you could do the math. You're
Also, you're in your
24.
Jordan year. That's what's up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or Jimmy Butler, actually. So
Heck
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Go on, please.
So right now is the time for us to risk absolutely everything we have, because just like Gary Vee says, if we work our asses off for the next 6 years and we risk absolutely everything we have, and by the time we're 30, we lose it all, fuck it. We're gonna wake up and still be young as hell. So we have to lay it
With
all on the line.
experience,
Yeah, we
real
cannot
experience.
be. Yeah, we keep slacking at this age because what we do in our 20s is going to determine how our 30s go, and what we do in our 30s is going to determine how fast we can retire. The majority of people are working 90% of their lives in order to enjoy the last 10% of their lives, when they have physical limitations and when they can't travel, they can't eat the foods that they want to eat due to the fact that they compromise their health working so much. They compromise their sleep regimen, they compromise their nutrition regimen, their exercise regimen. So um, my goal in life is longevity. And I feel like a lot of people don't prioritize longevity. They're just thinking about the short term. I want to live until 120 years old, because I know that at 100 years old, I'm still going to be alive and kicking. I'm still going to be running marathons. I'm still going to be playing basketball with the boys. I'm still going to be doing all that good stuff. And there's actually talks about immortality and how humans are going to be able to um,
You want to talk
upload their.
about God?
Yeah, let's talk about God.
Go on, yeah, wherever you want, because you recently found God now, and it's like, I don't know, like, just you could take the conversation wherever you want to go, David.
Okay, cool. I like this open platform. So I believe
Fun.
that no matter what your idea of God is, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Jewish, whether you're Christian,
Scientologist.
whether yes, whether you're Scientologist, and Scientologists, some of them still do believe in a higher power. As a matter of fact, Scientology isn't even a religion. They just call it a religion just to have their taxes deducted. So for me, God is benevolent. God is all knowing. God is something incredible in my life, because I should be dead from all the near death experiences I've had.
Likewise.
I've been hit by cars while I've been jogging. I've fallen off motorcycles. I've been robbed. I've been beat up. So it's incredible all the things that you and I have been through, and we're still standing, and we still have an opportunity to prosper. We're still in one piece. So uh, that's God right there. You know, God has a bigger mission for us. And I think that everything happens for a reason. So if God has put us in the position to succeed and help millions of people, we need to really attack this full force, because sometimes what we want for our lives isn't necessarily what God wants for us. And, you know, some of us have bigger purposes than others, because we were blessed with certain tools and certain traits. We were brought up in certain environments that were conducive to prosperity and benevolence. So we really have to take advantage of the gifts that we've been given, and help those that are less fortunate, that did not grow up in, you know, a middle class household, that did not grow up receiving the proper education. uh, Maybe they're living off the government, they're living off of food stamps, and that way of life is not sustainable. So I feel like God plays a part in every single person's life, whether they know it or not, whether they're agnostic, atheist, uh, a believer, whatever it is, God is with them, and God is not going to fail them.
Ever, ever,
Yeah.
ever. It's scripture, so it's like God will never forsake us, no matter how it is that we grew up or the experiences. Maybe we were around different sets of people when we were younger, and then we evolve, and then we saw people that were less than us, and we saw people that were more than us. But God's there everywhere, and I think a lot of people um, don't ever reach their destiny to the highest level possible simply because they don't find Jesus. I study a lot religion, like we can go back and forth. There's this guy named John Ramirez. He used to be an ex-Satan worshiper. Pretty much, he would kill like chickens, ducks. You get me? He would do black magic onto people's animals. He would give people miscarriages. Anybody can just Google him the same way. Um, and pretty much when he found God,
Holy crap.
it was horrible. It was really bad. And there is
Hey, I'm
repentance.
I'm waiting for somebody to do some black magic on me, because
It
with the
doesn't work
power
on
of Jesus
Christians,
Christ,
bro. Yeah, it
of
doesn't work.
course,
It doesn't work. It goes
it
back to
doesn't.
the sender in Jesus' name, and that's sealed with the blood of Jesus. That's the thing. And that's wonderful because you can just send them the spirit of Jesus Christ to go torment them in Jesus' name. That's a
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful
Hey,
thing.
maybe they'll wake up too and stop doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, thanks to thanks to God, Noel and David here, just being vessels, sharing His word. All the glory to God. Um, let's talk about something that you've enjoyed a lot. Like, what are some things you get me that you found really funny in your business? Maybe that you did better than other people, or that or that you saw, you're just like, bro, that is stupid. I'm gonna do it way better. And then you're just like, and you just boom, you just start acting on it.
Well, I see all these nutritionists and dietitians doing these 30-day weight loss challenges or 15-day weight loss challenges, and sending every single participant of the weight loss challenge the same template with the same recipes, with the same exact system that they use. And nutrition isn't something that you can just commercialize like that and make it almost 100% automated. You still need that personal touch from a health professional that will evaluate and see exactly what your basal metabolism is. They need to know exactly how many calories your body's burning while resting and while active. They need to know your health conditions. They would need to know if your creatinine or your uric acid levels are high, because if that's the case, you cannot go on a high protein diet. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong with people that participate in these 15 or 20-day or however many day weight loss challenges. And they end up saying, oh, I've tried everything. I've tried so and so's program. I've tried so and so's program. It never worked for me. Yeah, because you didn't do something individualized. And also, um, with the supplements, I see a lot of people selling supplements and not enough people talking about diet. Because what are supplements? They're meant to supplement your diet. They're meant to be taken in combination with a healthy lifestyle or a healthy eating regimen. Once you establish a healthy eating regimen and a healthy exercise regimen, then you should start thinking about supplementation. Of course, a whey protein supplement always helps, because we know that the formula for men is they have to ingest 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And I know you know because you worked at LA Fitness. And women have to ingest 0.75 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So knowing all of these things, the formula actually varies depending on the person's health conditions and their situation, like I said. So I've worked with actresses, I've worked with professional athletes, I've worked with high performers, entrepreneurs, you name it. And something that they all have in common is that they're very, very ambitious, and they don't mind putting in the work, because I can prepare the best nutrition program in the world for you. If you don't follow it, you're not going to see results. And guess who ends up getting blamed when they don't do what they're supposed to do?
The
This guy
person that
right here.
wants to blame someone else versus, I
Yeah,
guess, just
correct.
yeah.
So that's why I don't take on any clients unless they're 100% committed to themselves. And I give them a disclaimer, like letting them know, hey, you are going to accomplish all your dreams on this program. And I know you've been trying for years. You haven't been able to lose weight. You haven't been able to reverse your type 2 diabetes. You've been to a million nutritionists. None of them have worked. But this is going to work only and only if you commit fully to the program. You trust 100% in the program. Because the reason I take an hour to an hour and 15 minutes with some of my clients, normally I take a lot less than that, but some of them require a little bit more time in order to search for the root cause of their health concerns, is because I need to get to the bottom of this. I feel like Sherlock Holmes almost when I'm in the office, interviewing them and seeing exactly what's going on, what could be causing their health issues, if it's an environmental thing, if it's a cultural thing. Because if you think about it, Hispanics don't eat, you know, the healthiest foods alive, and neither do Americans, especially Southerners, and neither do African Americans. So we need to promote a culture change in our community, and we need to let people know, hey, you can still eat the foods that you grew up eating, but incorporate some more fruits, incorporate some more vegetables, some more whole grains, some more sources of lean protein. Try to avoid saturated fats like red meat and dairy. Try to eat them once or twice a week. You know, do not take a restrictive approach when it comes to your diet. Something else that baffles me is all these nutritionists promoting the keto diet, or you know, intermittent fasting, things that are very extreme that, you know, almost starve the person and restricts their lack of options. These are what I call crash diets because they're not sustainable in the long run. If you go on vacation, are you going to be doing intermittent fasting? Are you going to be doing keto? Of course not. But you can do flexible dieting, you know, instead of having in the morning an eggs Benedict, you know, with all these fats, hollandaise sauce, and things like that. Why not have an omelet with a fruit bowl and a coffee? You know, it's just simple things like that. And instead of drinking a whole bottle of wine to the face, why not just have 3 glasses? You know, it's simple things that we can do that really go a long way. And weight loss or
It's a habit.
aesthetics
Would you say?
depends, correct, modification depends entirely on our caloric intake versus our caloric output. So people say, oh, keto was the only diet that worked for me. Paleo was the only diet that worked for me. You know what the common denominator is for all the diets that have actually worked? A
What would
caloric
that
deficit.
be? I have no
A
idea.
caloric deficit.
Okay. When it comes to the industry, because I think a lot of the time people have to kind of do research. You get me? They can go to an expert and save a lot of time because it'll just save them a lot of time when they go to an expert versus trying to piece it together.
Yeah.
You get me? You know, versus having mentors. You get me? Relationships. You get me? Or whatever it is. And I think you get me. I mean, what would you say as an expert? Because I know people are going to look you up now on Google at David Arguez, just David Arguez. And then if you go on his Instagram, it's David.Arguez. If you go on his Facebook, it's David Arguez. And if you look up 365 Wellness Solutions, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Instagram, well, he'll pop up there too. That good looking fellow right there in front of me. Not me, him. Look at that good looking guy. Look at those pretty eyes. Females love him. He's single. Are you single right now, David, or not? I have, I have people from all over the world that watch this, man. People from Switzerland. I have people from India. I have people from Canada. I have people from the US. I have people from Brazil, people from Mexico. Because I was looking at the analytics, right? I'm like, where are my viewers coming
Yeah.
from? I keep getting viewers. I keep getting subscribers. I keep having my stuff shared all over the place. I'm like, well, where is this? Like, they're loving the content. I'm like, what's going on,
Mhm.
man? So I mean, you're gonna have all kinds of people. You single right now, David? Uh,
I mean, I'm single, but that can change at any moment. I'm ready to settle down. I'm more of a traditional guy when it comes to like family values and things like that. I know a lot of men and women nowadays don't believe in marriage. They don't believe in having kids. They don't believe in family unity because you know, the media narrative right now, the narrative that a lot of our parents have taught to us is, hey, don't have kids, don't get married, focus on yourself, and fuck everybody else. Well, thankfully, I grew up in a household that was Christian, and I appreciate the values that they instilled in me because I do believe in marriage, even though I'm not going to get married under, this Western society, which makes everything about finances. Uh, and I don't care if, my girlfriend or my wife makes more money than I do, or if I make more money than her. As a matter of fact, I like ambitious women. And I like a woman who is ambitious and does well for herself, but is also feminine with me. You get me?
I
So
do.
I don't mind if the girl wants to take control, you know if she has a business and she has to manage her employees. As a matter of fact, I like that. But she's got to remember who wears the pants and who's the head of the household, because I will lead her to the promised land and I will lead her to prosperity, because that's what my responsibility is as a man, to make sure that she is in good hands and that she feels comfort and security at all times. And I can guarantee that to a woman. So if she's willing to take a back seat to me and let me do my thing and let me help her be the happiest she's ever been, then I'm all for it. But a lot of these women try to compete with men and they try to compete with me when I'm not competing with them. And that to me shows, how much they've fallen for the media narrative that, women can do everything that men can do, and even better. I respect the women that can do certain things better than men. But I still do believe in hierarchy. And if I'm with a girl, she is not equal to me. I'm not equal to other men. There's some inferior to me and there's some superior to me. So when it comes to a business, when it comes to a family unit, when it comes to a friend group, whatever kind of social network you're in, there always has to be a hierarchy in order to maintain organization. And it just runs a lot smoother that way. Would you agree?
I would agree, by the way, 101%, 110%. Just because yeah, 100%, David. Uh, I don't even want to add anything to it, even though we've had one of the guys that Tom Cruise played in a movie, which is freaking awesome, and he shares similar ideas with you. It's pretty badass.
Mhm.
On Magnolia.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty badass. He's one of the best. You know the game by Neil Strauss. His name's Ross Jeffries, Paul Jeffrey Ross, and he was one of the
Yeah.
celebrities in that book. Tom Cruise featured him in a movie called Magnolia. He's been doing this for 30, 40 years. Yeah, I agree with you 110%. By the way, David,
Oh, cool.
it's pretty badass. Yeah, yeah. I like the way you said it too, David
Yeah,
style.
yeah, for sure.
I have my own ideas too. I like it.
So, brother, let's talk about you, because I'm getting I've talked about myself so much. I'm sure everybody
Jeez,
already
I have
knows
so
who
many
I am.
questions.
Yeah.
In the health industry, what trends do you see coming up? Like, I know that the things are changing so much, you get me, but as an entrepreneur and a visionary, you get me. What do you see changing? You get me in the health industry. You get me. Do you think McDonald's and Burger Kings in the future are gonna be taken out of business? Being an entrepreneur that people should follow. David.arguez on Instagram. Same thing on Facebook. You get me. I'm gonna have the links at the bottom under the video description as well. And 365 Wellness Solutions. I mean, what would your take be? You get me on so many things where people are looking for a light that they can look to. You get me as they continue to develop, their mindset, their habits, and learning from people, learning nutrition, changing their habits. They can live up to 100 years old. So they can be able to, travel the world. So they can be able to do things that most people wouldn't be able to do versus if unless they're in good shape, you get me, and they start fixing themselves and eventually start working on their finances. Like what trends do you see happening, man? I know we could find you David.arguez everywhere. I'm gonna leave the links at the bottom.
Mhm. Well, when it comes to human health, there is a cultural trend going on. I see this more amongst the entrepreneurs and the people in higher classes, that they're no longer looking for a quick fix. They're no longer looking for a detox. They're no longer looking for a magic pill or anything like that. They want a system where that is easy to follow, that will assure them a healthy, long and prosperous life, free from health complications. And that's exactly what we provide. And that's exactly why we've gained so much traction over the years. So I appreciate the people that have that mindset and that are really willing to do their part because as a nutritionist or as a dietitian or as a personal trainer or as a business coach, as a therapist, you can only do so much. You can't be with the person 24 hours a day. You can just give them a guided plan for them to follow. And so far, I don't see any other nutritionist or nutrition company offering what we're offering. There's a lot of companies out there that are doing like automated quizzes and things like that on Instagram. I'm sure you've seen the odd ads. Take a free test to find out what your gut health is. You can't take a little test online, even though Harvard health professionals and renowned doctors are backing the project. You cannot take a little quiz online and figure out if you have a healthy gut or not. It requires a lot more extensive testing. So I think that what separates us from the rest of the companies is just honesty and transparency. We tell people what they don't want to hear, and they appreciate that because they know that if they want the truth, they could either swallow the blue pill or they could swallow the red pill. We're a red pill company and we will continue to be a red pill company as long as I'm the owner. And I don't plan on selling it anytime soon, especially since, like I said, we're gaining so much traction and we're sticking to our values and everything else that we've established over the past 4 years. It's really a beautiful thing seeing it come together, and we're taking the industry by storm, man, because the reviews and the feedback that we're getting, the results that we're getting from our clients, uh, it's impactful and it's astonishing. So I'm no longer astonished because I see it every day, but I've had people cry in my office. I've had people, tell me how grateful they am for me. And without our clients, we wouldn't be in this position. So shout out to them.
I think all very successful people that actually care about other people value the things that you shared right now. Um, how would you talk about risk? You get
Absolutely.
me? Because absolutely. How would you talk about risk? Because there's so many people that are a lot of they're just so scared to start. You get me? Like you're gonna get banged to the face. You get me with whatever weapon, maybe a bat, maybe a mallet. I mean, I don't know, dude. Like it's pretty rough, and then you start putting it together, and it gets better. But I think you got to do what you love. Like, but all together, like, what is your expert perspective with risk, Mr. Arguez?
So I'm the kind of person that would rather go for the big risk, uh, high risk, high reward kind of situation versus doing a low risk, low reward kind of situation. Because yeah, if you go with low risk, low reward, you're taking a safe route. But at the end of the day, the majority of people do take the safe route, and that's why they continue to be, um, nothing extraordinary. I feel like with all the near death experiences that I've survived and with everything I've been through, for those of you who don't know, I lived in a trailer park for over a year when I first moved out of my parents' house. And now I'm living in the beautiful city of Coral Gables. And I'm not saying this to brag
That's
or,
my goal for the next thing. That's where I want to move. By the way, that's a beautiful area. That's my next step now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you're going to love it, man. So
yeah.
I'm not saying this to brag or to uh,
It's
let you guys
gorgeous.
think that I'm better than anybody because I'm not. Yeah, I'm just letting you know that it is possible. If a regular guy like me who had all his odds stacked against him from day one, no financial support from his parents,
Yep.
no government loans, no business loans from the bank. This company was entirely self-funded while I was working at GNC making $1,200 a month. Uh, if I did it, you can also do it, and I think it's a beautiful thing. We live in the land of opportunity where our taxes are very low compared to most other countries that are prosperous like ours. And yeah, we're going to see the taxes go up under the new administration, but we still have a big opportunity. And you never know if they're going to go down in the future. Most likely they will. They're already talking about it. So I'm happy that we can provide this insight for other people and let them know, like, hey, if I did it, you can do it. And you could even do it better than me. You can surpass me. I want you to surpass me. I'm not an envious person. As a matter of fact, I look at those above me with admiration because I want to be like them someday. So I think that our community, especially in Miami, is very superficial and very envious. And they say, "Oh, so why does he have something and I don't, or why does she have something and I don't?" The reason is because they worked for it, or it was given to them by their family. And in that case, you have nothing to be envious about because wealth is all they know and they don't appreciate it. Now, when you become wealthy, you're going to appreciate it and you're going to be a happy person. You're still going to be classy and humble because, most likely you're never going to forget your humble beginnings. A lot of people do, but most people who get to that level do not. And no matter how much money you have, you cannot buy class. I know a lot of people who are wealthy financially, but they're not wealthy when it comes to
Their
uh
health, maybe with
they're
God,
not,
their health.
yeah, their spirits are very dull. Their hearts are uh stone. And it's very important, to work on all aspects of your life, not just financially. By the way, brother, I have another podcast at 3, so I know you've been hitting me with tough questions, and I appreciate that. I just wanted to give you the heads up because I'm having a great time, and I don't want to get carried away here and miss my next podcast.
All right, that sounds fantastic. By the way, um, I guess what would be some words of wisdom that you'd share with the guys before you get me? You take off in a little bit, and I'll let you wrap up the episode pretty much. Just knowledge for everybody else altogether, authentically.
Never give up. If you either win or you learn. There's no losing in this game of life. So if you look at things with a from a value perspective, and you really see the value of these expensive lessons that were taught to you, hey, maybe it could be something as simple as forgetting to change the oil in your car, and your car overheated and you lost it and you have to buy a new car and start from scratch, right? That actually happened to me and I learned from it. It's never happened again. But if I would have sat and cried about it and felt sorry for myself, I would have never been able to advance. So at the end of the day, we live in a first world country with uh, first world resources at our fingertips. And unless we don't have money to eat, or unless we don't have a place to sleep, nobody should be complaining about their current life situation because we are extremely blessed. So I think gratitude is a big thing when it comes to never giving up, because there's a lot of people in this country that are ungrateful for what they've been given, and they think that they're oppressed, they think that they're victims, but in reality, they don't know how good they have it, they don't know how lucky they are. So I think gratitude and never giving up are my two main things when it comes to the messages that I like to spread to other people from a personal growth standpoint.
All right, guys. I just want to say thank you so much for everyone that stuck through to the end. You guys got a lot of free knowledge and information here. This is David.Arguez, so make sure you give him a follow. Go ahead and say that you found us through this podcast. And just drop like a dynamite stick, because I'm gonna claim that as my emoji because I like it. You're gonna have to
Oh,
get
you're
another one.
branding it. I
I,
like
I
it.
like it. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, Brad
It's
Lee,
unique.
he has a bomb, and Bradley's
Okay.
connected to Ed Milet, Forbes 50 wealthiest under 50. He just turned 51 now, and I mean, he's super. I speak with him every Tuesday. I speak with him later today, and
Very
it's nuts,
cool.
man. I mean, he's a little shy of hitting $100 million right now. So it's like you always want to be around power players. You get me? Dreamers usually get together, and that's why a lot of the guys watch this stuff so they can level up.
Fantastic, brother.
Make sure you guys check out David.Arguez on Instagram. I'm gonna leave the links all the way at the bottom as well. And then 365 Wellness Solutions, because he's on a mission. And this guy's looking to change the world right now and revolutionize the way that people eat. That's something he's gonna be doing for the rest of his life. And I don't think he's interested in selling, despite the amount of success that he's had altogether. So we'll catch you guys on the next episode. This is Mindset Success Social Dynamics, where when you fix your mindset and you develop the right social skills, you will become successful. And make sure that you live your life by design. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Anything you want to say, David?
I just want to say thank you, Noel, for having me on. I think it was a great conversation, man. It was very dynamic. You're a good host, and I'm surprised because there's a lot of people that have been through training when it comes to being a radio and TV personality. Um, and I don't think that you've necessarily received that formal training, but due to the fact that you're very resourceful, you like to do a lot of research and seek out information. I think that's why you've been so successful, and I commend you for what you're doing.
I
And of
paid
course,
thousands of
everybody,
dollars for training. Uh,
yeah, oh, of course, I know that you,
thousands of hours. Oh, I put in my 10,000 hours. Yeah.
yeah, you've invested a fat penny
That's for
into,
everybody to learn. Like, make sure that you guys invest in yourself
yes,
and you don't waste your time. So we'll catch you guys
absolutely. And
on the
anybody
next
who
one.
has nutrition,
Yes. Yes.
uh, anybody who has any nutrition questions or concerns with their health can feel free to hit me up. I have a physician on staff, and I also have personal trainers. I have other dietitians. So I'm looking forward to answering all your questions and seeing how I can provide you with free value because it doesn't cost me anything to help anybody out. If you would like to do some sort of a supervised program where I can guide you, we'll talk about our programs afterwards. But right now, I just want to make sure that you guys are the healthiest versions of yourselves. And it, like I said, it doesn't cost me anything to answer a question or to meet you with you guys for a one-on-one consultation. So um, I hope I can continue to have this free time in the future because right now I have 13 guided nutrition clients. Um, Once I get to 25, it's going to be a little bit harder. And I have almost 60 clients that are on our meal delivery service. So, um, hey, it's all about improving and rolling with the punches. This is a great problem to have, learning how to manage your time. And uh, again, thank you so much, Noel, for having me. And I wish you the best of luck, brother. I know you're going to keep killing it.
Enjoy, guys. Do what David says. Do the right thing. Go ahead and give him a follow, and we will catch you guys on the next episode. Be great, guys.